Howdy, people. We're
Good
back.
afternoon, everyone, and happy 1st of June.
Close to summer. Gosh, gotta love it.
Summer's coming. How was everybody's Memorial Weekend? Hopefully safe and sound. Everybody made it.
Hopefully,
Hope you didn't drink too much or too
I was
less.
just gonna say that.
Or too less.
I was just gonna say that. There's nothing worse than that next day. It's like I'm gonna be really honest with you.
It's the next day.
So when I was younger, I was kind of a party guy, in a lot of ways. I was very into physical fitness and that sort of stuff, but I was a party guy. I mean, like very few people could party with me on my level. And
I can't.
We did. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, the good thing about me is I don't have an extremely addictive personality. So like when I decide to stop something, I can pretty much just stop it. But regardless,
yeah, we got willpower.
But the funny part about it is, I would actually love to do things today like that. Oh, hold on, guys, we're falling here. I'm sorry. Jeez whiz, I let you guys down literally. I think that'll stay like that. If it doesn't, we'll start this over. Anyway, so the thing that stops me today, as much as like I really love to party, is the next day. The next day, I don't like
that feeling.
I don't like feeling that headache of the hangover or the fogginess of whatever.
The tiredness.
Like I would love to do mushrooms. Mushrooms sound. Oh God, it's happening again. I'm sorry. Let me just fix this real quick. I don't understand what's going on here, but we'll fix it.
Yeah.
One way or another, we'll get it.
We hope everybody is safe and sound.
There we go. It's not you. It's us. It's the camera's dropping.
But it's the next day that feels terrible.
There it goes. It's going again. Hey, you see? I think it's a ghost. We did a whole show on it. Go back and look. It's called Paranormal.
They might be back after us.
Yeah. The best part about those shows is that they act like anything involving that is typical.
They might be coming after us.
Yeah, like something come on. They're like, well, that's not normally how it goes down. It's like they know how a normal goes. Come on. I mean, really. Or they'll tell you the different types. Well, that's a malevolent ghost. You don't know jack shit. Okay, let's start there. Anyway, so let's get to the subjects at hand today. So you want to start or you want me to? It's up to you.
Just like you said, we talked about a Memorial Weekend and the beaches are open.
Oh man.
So now, what I want to bring to everybody's attention is we're shortage of lifeguards.
Yep.
That's number one.
So you got to really watch. Go out buddy system. Always the buddy system.
When you go swimming, be careful. And why would you go in the ocean with sharks?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. I'm 61 years old. I grew up. I mean, I went in the ocean, but not as much.
Well,
I didn't go much because there's sharks in the ocean.
I had two.
And there was a couple of attacks, right, recently? 2 in Florida, California.
They're at record highs. The attacks are at record highs now.
No, the sharks. You can't fight a shark on their turf.
No way. Absolutely. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight.
Listen, the ocean is beautiful. The beach is beautiful, but look from a distance.
Yeah, and if you're gonna go, like make sure that there hasn't been any sightings there at least. Like for the the season.
Right.
Because they do keep an eye on it. But like I've seen places where there's a 14-foot great white swimming around, and people are in the water or on the beach. I mean, it's insanity.
And then the ones that got attacked and are still alive, they don't want to go back in the water. Okay.
Well, did you see what happened to that kid on that cruise? I believe it was to Nassau, right? Like the Bahamas.
Yeah, he went to the Bahamas, right? The 18-year-old kid just.
Yeah, it was a TikTok challenge. They challenged this kid to jump off the cruise. You know where he jumped into? Shark-infested waters. One of the highest infestations of sharks. He'll never be seen again.
Nope.
He'll never be seen.
Nope.
I mean, that's just
idiocy. They're not even going to find body parts.
18 years old. I mean, at that point, you should be smart enough to know.
As a matter of fact, I'm sorry, if you look it up, you see it. They show the video and they see sharks around.
Right.
Sharks around.
The sick part is, the sickest part of it is, the part that hit me the hardest of watching the video was that they throw him the life preserver. But they throw it so it's behind him and he doesn't see it. So he swims in the other direction into the dark. I mean, it's just pitiful. The whole thing is just pitiful.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're
done.
Right, if you're that stupid and you need someone to give you a thumbs up, you know what I'm saying, that badly that you're willing to jump, you deserve what you get. I'm sorry.
It's this poor family's going to suffer for it because
I've had 2 situations with sharks in my life. Okay, 2. One, I was swimming in, I believe I was really young. I was super young. I was probably like, maybe 5, 6 years old or something. And I was swimming in Belmar, New Jersey. I believe it was Belmar. Might have been Belmore, something like that.
Right, you're right.
Something like that, New Jersey.
Right.
And we rented a bungalow, what they called a bungalow then, which was like a cheap house that was right on the water.
Cabins, right?
Right, exactly, right on the water. So
nice though, beautiful.
Yeah, so I could just go out in the backyard by myself. and go swimming and come back. So I go swimming, and there's this. It goes out, and then there's a drop off where it's like a shelf. It just drops off, and it goes from like 4 feet of water to like 7 or 8 or whatever. I can't even tell you because I didn't hit the bottom. But whatever it is, it's like a shelf. And I was in a snorkel, and I had fins on, and I had the glasses, I had the goggles, the mask. I'm sorry, not the goggles, the mask.
The mask, right.
So I'm swimming, and I got my head in the water, and I'm going nice and easy. I'm not like making a lot of splashing on it. And there's like this seaweed in front of me that's like all gathered up. And I go to move the seaweed out of the way, and as I
Surprise.
do, I was looking at a
Right.
pair of eyes, and I realized exactly what it was. And I didn't panic. I took my hands, and I swear this is exactly what I did. I was holding the seaweed like this, and I saw the eyes like right about here. And I took my hands and I pulled them back like this, and as gentle as I could, I pushed myself through the water until I felt the sand on my stomach. And when I felt the sand on my stomach, I knew it was okay to get up.
Back, right.
That was it.
That's
But
it.
until then, I was not turning my back on this thing, and I was going as slow and as smooth as possible.
That's scary.
He never came through the seaweed. I'll say that. So I was never really
in danger.
I think I was in danger, but I think that had I panicked, it would have been a lot
Oh, it would have
worse.
been worse. Yes, definitely.
And then the second time,
You know why? Because the more you make a splash, the more you get panicked.
Right.
Yeah.
and then the second time was Jersey again, and this was Seabright, I think it was called, if I remember right. And I was
Seabright, New Jersey?
Seabright,
Oh, yeah.
and I was a little bit older. I was probably about maybe 8 or 9, and my mother had been dating a guy. His name was Nicky Bello. Okay, he was a Navy guy, so he liked to take boats out in the water and stuff.
Yes.
So he rented like one of those little trolling motor type boats, little one, not like almost like a rowboat. I mean, it would have been a rowboat, so he could have rowed it, but it was smaller than that. It was what they called a dinghy, I think, or something. So he took me and my mother out,
Wow.
and there was a shark kind of floating on top of the water with his side fin, not his dorsal, his side fin sticking out of the water. So we thought it was dead. It wasn't. First off, I always heard that when sharks don't move, they gotta die. Because they need to have the water going through the gills. I could be wrong, and you could jump on me about it. I don't know that much about sharks. This is just what I was told.
Nope, we don't know too much.
So, and Nicky was the one who said it. Actually, he goes, "Oh, he's dead. I mean, you got to move if you're a shark, otherwise you'll die, right?" So my mother had just seen Jaws, so that tells you that's like 75 or something like that.
Right.
Something like that.
1975, right?
75, I think it was. I'm going to say 75.
You're right.
My mother, so I was about 10, I guess, or 11 or something.
Yo, talking about the creeps.
Yeah, so anyway, so my mother goes, I know when the shark went by that kid, it cut him with the skin. So I want to feel the skin because it's like sandpaper.
The skin is rough.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what she
skin
said.
is very
So
rough.
she wanted to feel it. So Nicky, being the boyfriend who wanted to impress my mother, pulls up alongside of the shark. When my mother goes to touch the shark's tail comes up like this and smacks the water. I mean, smacked it like,
hard.
if it had been one of those things at the carnival, it would have rang the bell, man. I'm telling you, I swear to you, I'm not shitting you. It smacks the water and it flips itself, it like rights itself up, and the mouth opens like this. And my mother jumped back in that boat. And Nicky got us out of there in seconds. I mean, I'm telling you, he didn't stop that boat until we were scraping the sand. I'm telling you honestly. Anyway, so like I don't play with sharks. Sharks are not my. If I want to swim, I'll take a pool. You know what I'm saying?
Just saying
I don't need the water.
Right.
I don't need the sea.
And they do come close to you. They do come 3 feet of water, 2 feet
Yeah,
of water. 3
feet of water attacks. Yeah. Actually, I think that
it's 3. I remember one time there was it came in 3 feet of water.
There's one report of it being in 10 inches of water with a baby shark. Not a baby, but a smaller shark.
Yes.
Anyway.
Shortage of lifeguards and sharks in the water. So if you're going swimming, you're going to the beach.
Be careful.
Be careful. That's all.
And don't go so. I mean, granted, we just said
don't go too far out.
But don't go too far out because
the undertow.
Well, yeah, the undertow. But at least if you're in close, you got a shot at running.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got a shot at using your feet. Trying out swim a shark just is not going to happen.
Remember that time we were in Rockwood when we were young? We went there on vacation.
Yeah.
We were in the water.
That's when you got hit, right? I remember that. Wow. That was good.
We were riding the waves.
That
is when we were young. So we were riding the waves and rode in.
You know how you body surf. That's what we were doing.
Body surf.
Well, there was a lot of debris in the water in terms of driftwood and stuff like that.
My brother said
Well, we as we're body surfing, this I wanted
15 years old.
It was like
14.
yeah, it was like the size of like a telephone pole, but I mean not heavy like that, but it was like that size, a small chunk of it comes flying over in the wave and hits him in the head. And so as we're body surfing, I come up and I don't see him, so I go down.
Took me out a little bit.
So I go down. I start looking for him, and I grabbed him, pulled him up.
We were feet away.
Yeah.
We were together, and then all of a sudden I was over there. He was over there.
Yeah.
He comes and grabs me.
Yeah.
Be careful. That's all we're saying.
I don't regret it either. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
But just be careful. That's all. Actually, the best place to swim is your pool.
Yeah. If you can't do that, bathtub is great, man. Just pretend.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, there's no such thing as a land shark. Not who's that? Land shark.
Yeah,
anyway,
a pool.
You ain't got to worry about that, okay?
Go to a pool, you're safe and sound.
Okay, let's get to something that happened today. I don't know if anybody else saw it. I wish I could show it. I don't. I've tried and I screwed up. I'll figure it out. I'm close. But did anybody see Joe Biden stumble today?
The Air Force ceremony.
It was insane.
Now, the sad part is, no steps this time.
No steps. No wind. Remember the other one was blamed on the wind? No wind, no steps.
No bike.
Just literally, he just had to turn to his right. I'm sorry, his left. He had to turn to his left and take a step. One step.
And he fell.
He never made the step.
It's very sad. It really is because.
I don't mean to laugh. He's right. He's absolutely right. I want to take that back. That I'm making a joke out of it. I'm not making a joke out of it. Out of him as being at that point.
We just can't believe that this is serious. So.
Right, but if you're going to put it out there, you can't expect that we're not going to show a natural emotion like laughing.
Laughter.
I'm sorry. It's just at this point it is ridiculously funny, and they should all be ashamed of themselves. They should all be ashamed. Joe Biden,
all the
Blinken, anyone who's around him should be ashamed of themselves. This is elder abuse. This is elder abuse.
This man can't walk.
They put his hat on. His hat's down to the bridge of his nose. The guy can't see. The guy can't walk. The guy can't talk. I mean, it's absurd. It's absurd.
When you watch this video, seriously, he took a step. He didn't go upstairs, downstairs, like the one at the summit.
Different
when he was
story.
walking, and he almost fell down those stairs. If the fucking Japan guy didn't help him, the Japan leader.
But there was a reason behind that. There were obstacles like steps.
Right.
This
one has no steps.
See, the problem is when you have dementia, if you watch somebody who has dementia walk, they shuffle their feet.
They can't lift up their feet.
It's almost like, I don't know if anybody ever watched Carol Burnett with Mr. Todd. Yeah, not Tudball when he would do the old man.
Oh, Mr. Wiggins.
That was the secretary.
That was the secretary, right?
But he would wear this like white crazy wig, and he would move his feet like this as he walked.
Yeah, he was going slow, real slow.
That's dementia, but slower. So in other words, it's like
right.
You don't lift your feet to walk, okay?
Because you can't.
Yeah, your mind doesn't have that.
You can't lift
that thought.
Right.
So when he went to make the turn, his one foot must have turned the wrong foot and turned into the other one, and that's what tripped him. And he went straight down like he was tackled by what was that dude's name?
Lawrence Taylor.
Right, exactly. LT, that's exactly the name. Dude, you're good, man.
Yeah, yo.
He might have some psychic abilities.
Yo.
Don't do the joke. No, leave it out. Leave it out. I just stopped. You're very lucky I stopped this joke. Anyway,
But no, seriously, man, when you watch this video, he took a step. And you know what? Seriously, he went down hard. He's like he didn't bang his face, his head.
That could have been really, really bad. No joke. That could have been
if you look at some
bad.
of the Air Force people, they were laughing.
I mean,
you had to kind of laugh.
Yeah.
He just turned around.
I'm not making a joke, I swear to you.
No, we're not.
It looked like he got shot from behind. I'm not even kidding.
It's sad.
It looked like he got shot from behind.
Yeah.
He
got tackled.
He was standing like this. He turned this way and
went down.
That's it. I mean, literally, he never made a step. He just went, turned, and bang. And he tripped over his own feet. That's what happened.
He went down hard, man. Let me tell you. If you watch this. And the sad part, the funny part is really, his hat didn't come off.
No, I'm telling you. They have his hat pulled down. He's like a kid going to third grade, man.
The only thing he's missing,
yeah, exactly. The only thing he's missing is his lunchbox. I'm telling you, I swear.
If you look, he didn't know where he was. And he's running the country. It's not him running his house.
81 million votes. I'm sorry. Anyway,
And well, just watch one of his campaign trail. Oh wait, he's not doing one.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. He's running for president, hasn't done one campaign
This is your president.
event yet. DeSantis said he's running for president last week.
And
He's
on
done
the
all of Iowa. He's doing 90
He's
cities
in New
in
Hampshire
Iowa.
right now.
Yeah, and after
Trump
that he's
is
doing.
out there. Pence is out there.
You know
Oh,
why?
I'm
You know
out
why you
there.
ain't gonna see him? You know why you ain't gonna see him? Because
He's gonna
anything he shows is gonna be detrimental to
Right.
him. It's not gonna help him. It's gonna hurt him.
Right.
The best thing, the way he won was by not showing his face,
Right.
and that's the truth.
That's
In
right.
2020,
That's right.
had he actually campaigned, there's no way he would have lost. He would have won. It's not
Oh,
possible.
You can't campaign like that.
And another thing, as long as we're on this, okay, I want to put this out there because a lot of people they seem to want to like rectify the idea that courts wouldn't look at the voting system for 2020. And I'm not going into like about
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
rigging with votes. Forget that. Let that all
Forget
go.
that.
Okay. Where the rigging came in was in the suppression of evidence on Biden, on Blinken, on all of these people, and the ones that are responsible for it is very simply your FBI and your CIA.
Yeah. Okay.
Pardon me. I'm sorry. The soda went down real quick.
Comey.
Yeah, exactly. This is
Terrible. Terrible.
what happened is
That's not
they
democracy.
they got these positions, and they believed that it made them superior to us, the average person.
Yeah, the power went to their head.
Right. So they were going to make things right. If you think I'm crazy about that, look up what's his name. Is it Chris Steele? Was the one who was?
Yes, Christopher Steele.
No. But is he the one who was having the affair with that? They have the.
Oh no, the Russian lady.
No, I can't think of his name. The lady was like the female counterpart was like, is it possible Trump could win? He goes, no, we took out insurance, whatever the guy's name is. I can't think of it offhand.
Oh, okay.
But if you look up,
I can't think of his name.
I'll come up with the next time. I don't do research on this. We're just talking. So and I'm old, so I might have some. Maybe I have dementia. I don't realize. Maybe Joe's perfect, and I'm just seeing it a certain way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think you're right.
if you look at their
Mind don't
messaging,
matter. You don't have a mind, don't matter.
right? Exactly. If you look at that messaging that they went that the two of them they were lovers. I can't think of their names now. But if you look at that messaging, you'll see that it absolutely was a suppression, and it absolutely was a rigging. I mean, very simply to hold back information and
Everything.
to make sure
It's
that
all out there now.
Yeah.
It's all facts.
and it's scary.
All out
It's
there.
really scary.
It's very scary because that's not a democracy.
if they could do it to a man as powerful as Trump, what could they do to you and me?
Oh,
I mean, they could really set us up to be put away forever. The reason that he doesn't is because he's got the ability to fight all of this.
We don't.
We wouldn't. And that's what they count on. Think how many people they must have done this to put pressure on them.
No,
You
you
know?
want to make this country like China.
That's true.
That's
That's
why you have
100%
to,
true.
like you said
Let's
before.
get into that next. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
like you said before. If he wins again in 24, we're going to be China.
Yeah, that's 100%
This is
correct.
what you got to think about, people. I hope you're all thinking out there.
I don't know if any of you know about the piece of paper that Comer is trying to get from Ray. Okay, so Christopher Ray is
Christopher Ray, right? He's the FBI guy,
right. He's the head,
and he's holding
right.
back the Biden information.
There's a piece of paper that supposedly shows a bribe that went to Joe Biden when he was vice president. And
Vice president, by the way.
and it can be corroborated through action. And what I mean by that is that the situation is set up in such a way that when he received the money, the actions that were necessary to get the money proceeded to be done. So,
It was close to what, $5 million?
yeah, it's $5 million went to the Biden family. So,
It's good to be a Biden.
but if that's the case, then
I
also,
know.
well, but if that's the case, then realize that if nobody knows about it except this one paper and they don't want to give it up, that means that China has something on him. And that means that he's compromised. And if he's compromised, he can't be, he's not looking out for the U.S. first.
Oh, no.
He's looking out for the Bidens first.
Sure.
So, you're going to have an issue with that too.
You're going back to vice president. We're going back.
It's
5 million people.
And then, I mean, if you look at how many...
And this guy should be in contempt of court, which they're going to hold him, hopefully.
If you look at how many Biden family members,
Right?
oh my
Christopher
goodness, I think I might be out of paper. Oh my God, Kerry, keep the show going. I'll be right back.
Ray. I got this covered.
Good. Keep going.
What are we talking about again? I'm always checking.
No, pull up something else.
No, it's a shame though, but really, people, we're 24. We have to be careful and common sense, like we say. This is about common sense. Remember. So, please. And when you watch that video, you will laugh and you will feel bad and sad at the same time for this man, because really, he shouldn't be in this mess. But like my brother here said, his wife put him in. His wife put him in office.
She
this
really
man did not want to be in office. But anyway, please, people, 24.
We're gonna have to wait on it because I think I gotta go look in there for my papers.
We have no choice. We want our country back. We don't want to be like China. That's for sure.
It's bad over there. It's really bad over there.
Oh, it's very bad. You know, very bad.
Look
Matter of fact, right here in our own, I think it was in Kentucky, Indiana, somewhere else. Of course, it's they had in McDonald's 10-year-olds working.
Yeah. Well, they still do the
child labor.
Yeah, they still do the.
What they do in China.
Well, they also have slavery. I mean, to a lot of the degree as well.
Right.
You know, so they don't view life the way we do. To be honest with you, it's much more of a caste system, which I know I'm going to get a lot of arguments about that, but they really go by your level of social. Your social level,
right.
You know. So you know, if you're low, and you're going to work. If you're not, you're not. You know.
But I can't believe we have people in our own country doing that to kids.
Yeah. Well, you're saying that, but the truth is, right now there's 80,000 children missing. I'm saying immigrant children that are missing. Understand that missing, like milk carton type missing. They're just gone. Nobody knows where they are. They came across and these are ones that went through the system. I'm not talking about people who snuck in and nobody knows.
No, they're the ones
There's probably a million of those. Right. There's probably a million of the other ones. But 80,000 that are actually recorded and registered
supposed to be
with our government that should be somewhere. They have no idea where they are, and it chances are it's sex trafficking, it's child slavery, it's
everything.
I mean, people aren't taking them because they want a kid. I mean, it's just it's just not the case.
No, they're taking them for other things.
It's really a scary situation.
What the cartels are doing. As a matter of fact, just last week, if you watch Fox News, they showed a guy putting a 4-year-old girl over the wall.
Yeah, dropped
her.
Wow, I remember seeing that. He's absolutely right.
Border Patrol saw it, drove right there, man. He watched that, but dropped her. Now, I don't know, man. We need to secure the border. And if nobody wants to listen to this, just go talk to people in Texas, Arizona. They're living it. If you ever see the videos of the Texans, oh my God.
Forget it. Oh my gosh.
It's a third world country.
Forget it. These are people who bought land to just, work the land. To literally just, animals.
God given right in this country.
They can't even do that. They've got it. They literally have to sleep with shotguns.
Yeah.
Okay, they get shot at on their own property.
Yep.
They're worried about
sued.
They're worried about letting their kids out on the land because the immigrants are just crossing their land. Like,
Right.
It's
right. You see the immigrants here in New York in the hotels, what they did to the hotels?
Oh, forget it. And that's the other thing.
Woo!
The mess they left in hotels. You got to see the mess they left from the Rio Grande all the way to Texas. I'm not kidding with you. It's literally like a dump ground.
Mm-hmm.
A dump ground. And,
all you see is trash all over the place. Garbage, trash, same thing. But, they're tense. They're sleeping.
Now, listen, I welcome you. You're not from this country. And anybody who watches this and knows me knows this is 100% true. I welcome
anybody wants to come here.
As long as you do it right. As long as you come here the right way.
Right.
Now, the problem with the problem that I have, first off, what you're not seeing is coming here the right way in and of itself is a test. Okay? And what the test is to show your integrity and your honesty. Because if you don't
loyalty to this country.
If you don't come here the right way, then you're breaking our laws to begin with. Your very first motion to this country
is not to break the laws.
You
got to go by our laws.
Yeah.
If we were going to another country, no lie, we would have to go.
We'd be dead. You'd be dead.
We have to go by their laws.
Try to sneak into Iran or Iraq.
Oh, jeez.
And see what happens when you get caught.
Yeah.
See what happens. You know what'll happen to you?
North Korea.
Yeah. Oh no. But okay, Iran, Iraq. Here's what'll happen to you. You'll get put into a cage, and they'll either drop you into a hole with water or a hole with fire. One of the two.
Right.
North Korea will just shoot you. They will just shoot you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Right in the head.
Oh, you're here? Pop. End of story.
That's it. Goodbye.
And they might not, now being that they're such a poor country, they might not want to use the bullet. They might just step on your head until you're dead.
Like they did to that guy.
Okay, so
Korea.
I'm just putting it out there.
Remember that guy got caught stealing a flag and they beat him?
Look at the one with the cane. I mean, the caning. What was the caning thing over? I don't even remember. It was something stupid. It was like he mined something or something like that. Oh, no. You know what it was? He took a little... What was it? Either he graffitied something or he took a little piece of paper or something like that. And they caned him like 11 times or something. They ripped his skin off of his back.
Yep.
But
this is their punishment.
I digress.
Yeah. But here, it's okay.
Let's talk about this guy that let out of jail. All right, let's go to there.
He's in California. No, Texas.
Texas, right. So
from the 90s.
Tell him what he did. Tell him what he did.
80s, actually in the 80s. This man should have been in jail for life. He should have ever seen the light of day.
Yeah.
I think it was the 80s. Yes. He kidnaps an 8-year-old girl, rapes her first, then he killed her. They gave him 11 years for it.
No. They gave him 30.
30.
They gave him 30.
They gave him 30 years.
He did 11. Right.
On good behavior.
Now, stop. I got to stop you.
Yeah, on good behavior. Go ahead.
How do you have
this is the best
good behavior in jail? The reason you're in jail is because you couldn't behave good. Okay, let's start there.
So while you're in there, you're going to behave good.
Do you have a choice? You got guards around you. If you don't behave well, you end up in solitary.
Or they're beating the shit out of you.
Yeah, come on, man.
You know, but they let this man out. Now here's the reason why.
I'm sorry, I got to stop because that's the one thing. It's like attempted murder.
Right.
So you weren't good at it. You weren't good at it, so you don't deserve to do the time. Right. You tried to kill somebody. I thought law was about intent. Right. Your intent was to kill somebody. You weren't good at it. That shouldn't negate your sentence in any way.
This man was a rapist. He was a killer. On good behavior, of course he's gonna be good in jail. Like you just said, you got no choice but to fucking be good, man.
I mean, please. But that should not, for any violent felony, that should not exist.
No.
You know, embezzlement, passing bad checks. No sweat. I get that. Great. Good behavior. You're not a threat.
Murder. You should not be
and there should be no such thing as attempted murder. No, as attempted murder.
Right.
Because just because you're bad at it doesn't mean that you should get less. Right. What are you practicing? Well, and eventually you're gonna get it right.
The reason why we're bringing it up now is because he's back caught again because
guess why?
He was under house arrest. So he couldn't leave his house. So guess what he did? He killed his neighbor upstairs because she was making too much noise.
She was walking on her floor.
So you gave him house arrest. He kills his neighbor in the house. Yeah. This man should not never been
what
out.
They called it was diversionary rehabilitation in home, whatever jail, whatever you want to call it. But that's what it was.
It's insane. But he kills his neighbor.
Fancy way of saying, we don't want you here anymore.
Right. But he kills his neighbor upstairs because she is a lady making too much noise.
It's just insane.
So they let him out, put him on house arrest, then they got him, and he kills his neighbor. The man is a fucking menace. He's a killer. He should not be allowed to see the sunlight again. Yeah.
Why would you let someone like that out? I mean,
what's he gonna do? Go back in now and say he's gonna have good behavior, be out in 10 more years?
Do you think he's gonna go to college and become a dentist?
Really?
I mean, I'm just curious. What do you think this guy is gonna do? I'm just curious.
He's not gonna be a scientist.
Is he going to college and all of a sudden he's gonna become like a neurosurgeon? I don't. You're dealing with what you're dealing with.
No. We have to get tougher with the law.
This guy, right? You're talking about an 8-year-old. So if he couldn't realize that doing something to an
8-year-old, right?
I might, and I'm please don't get on my case about this because I really don't mean what I'm going to say, but I'm trying to put it in levels, okay? So maybe I could understand this guy a little more if this was an adult. So he raped an adult woman and killed her. It's a billion times better than an 8-year-old. A billion times better than an 8-year-old. I'm sorry, and I'm not wishing that on anyone.
No, it's still not right, but the point...
But, yeah, the point is the 8-year-old is so freaking bad. But you give him 11 years. Think about it. I mean, that's just absurd. I'm sorry.
Right, you let him out in 11 years on good behavior. Of course he's going to be good because he knows he did something bad. And you know what? And all these people that get arrested go, they know that they can get out less because they know that if they're good, they're getting out less.
I got to go dive in the silk now. Uh huh.
Uh-huh.
Uh huh. I love them. I think I thought. So by the way, as long as I bring that up, I do want to say, I know she'll never see it or anything like that, but to the sister that's still with us, I feel for your loss, and I really liked your sister. She entertained me, and she seemed like a very nice person.
Very smart people too.
And now,
very
just as a tribute, I'm going to go one more. Anyway. Okay. So
but the laws have to be tougher because back then the laws were tougher when we were growing up.
Yeah.
I remember my mother dropped me off for school when I was young. She got a ticket for loitering.
Yeah. Mine got a ticket for leaving garbage on the street.
There you go. But no, seriously, the laws have to get tougher. You can't let people out like this on good behavior. Anything. When somebody does a crime like that, it's life.
Yeah.
Life or death.
It shouldn't even be a question. It should not even be a question.
Life. You know why? Because death is easy.
Now, do you want to talk about the debt? About the debt ceiling limit, or is that boring to you?
Well, that's good. That's some serious matter because they really didn't solve that yet.
No, well, they gave in.
McCarthy.
Yeah. Well,
Speaking of the House.
Yeah. Well, in order for the Dems got pretty much what they wanted. Okay, let's start there. And they're saying that it was a win for McCarthy, but it wasn't. It really, truthfully wasn't.
No, it's not.
He kind of gave. Yeah, it's definitely a win for Biden on that.
And that's not good because we can't have this spending.
McCarthy shouldn't be in his position. We need somebody with a stronger backbone.
Yeah, he was weak.
Yeah.
A little weak.
Anyway.
Because there's a lot in this bill that should not be even in they shouldn't fund these projects.
Yeah.
Like look, as a matter of fact, there's one of them that they want to support something to China. I forget the hell it was, but why do we need money to go to China when they just killed everybody with the fucking COVID?
Yeah. Well,
And then there's another one too that it goes to somewhere to teach.
Probably tech or something. Probably like computers or some computer sciences or something to like Africa or something.
And here's the best part. Well, not the best part. The worst part. We have here 3rd graders, 8th graders that can't even read or write.
Yeah, that's true. You're saying that, but the truth of the matter is, we have high schoolers who can't read a clock.
That's what I'm saying. Okay,
can't read an analog clock.
Right.
Or can't write in script. Who can't write cursive.
So that money should be here for us.
My answer to government on the like.
What do you say?
I'll tell you honestly. I don't mean to sound. I'm an idiot.
You can't even write their name in script.
Wait. First, I gotta stop. I gotta say this. I'm an idiot. I know I'm an idiot. There's very few people who are idiots and know it. I'm sorry, change that. There's a lot of idiots. Very few who know it.
We're fools.
I'm a moron. I have no problem with that. I'm a moron that's functional. That's the best way I can put it.
We're morons with common sense.
But here's the deal. The first thing. Well, listen. Here's the deal. The first thing, if I was in government, that I would do is I'd stop every study that wasn't involved in a life-threatening motion. By that I mean, you have studies like I'm trying to think of something like that. If you spin a frog on a carousel, does he get dizzy? You know what I mean? You have the most ridiculous studies going on out there.
That's it. They want to send it where they check the hamsters on a wheel or something.
There's one study. Okay, so I got one. Okay, this is a really good one. Wait, listen to this. You know what a crayfish is, right? A crayfish is like it's like a bigger version of a shrimp, I guess you'd say. There's a study that they're paying $6 million to.
Yeah.
Which in our day they could build a whole man. Anyway, that's $6 million man. Anyway, okay, so these crayfish, listen to this. They put them in water on a treadmill. And the crayfish walk on a treadmill.
Right. That's the one.
What they're trying to learn, I can't tell you. I could not tell you. But it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
This is where our money's going.
Yeah, that's just absurd.
And like we just said, we have kids in our country here that can't write, and we're getting older, and these are the kids that are the next generation.
They couldn't even sign a contract.
They can't even write their name.
They have no signature.
Right, they can't even write their name.
You know where it says print name and it says signature underneath?
Right.
They're not going to do the signature.
Right. And we're worried about someone doing a treadmill.
Yeah.
Or something.
It's a crayfish. Crayfish on treadmill.
Come on.
There's a bunch of stuff like that that's so ridiculous. There's another one where they took, and this is Fauci. Fauci was doing this too, by the way. He took beagles, and he put like a box over their head, and I want to say it was bees. I want to say it was bees, but I'm not sure. some insects he put in there to annoy them, to see what their physical reaction to what their, I believe it was their immune reaction to the stress factor.
Okay.
To see if it reduced
come on,
their
you're doing
immune
this to
system.
dogs, man.
I mean, is it real necessary? First off,
No, it's not necessary.
Well, the other thing is, at this point, we don't really need any studies, and I'll tell you why. We have something called ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can simulate any study that we would think of doing. You feed it the information, and it's artificial intelligence.
Okay, yeah, AI.
Repeat it continuously, and then figure out how many times the odds are that this would happen or that would happen.
Wow,
and it's just unnecessary. It's kind of like we don't really. The only reason you need to do any sort of dissection today with animals, like frogs or something like that in school, you don't really need to do it. But if you're looking to become a surgeon, you have to feel what it's like to pierce the skin or to separate.
You gotta do it hand on hand.
But if you're not looking to become a surgeon, then you really don't have to do that aspect of it. But you still may have to know the anatomical display. In which case, you would need, like, a computer could do it. It could tell you where the bladder is, where the liver is, where you don't need to actually have pierced the skin with the scalpel. But if you were looking to become a vet or something like that, you actually do.
You could do, right.
So in some cases, it's necessary to do that.
In some cases,
but I can't come up with a case where it's necessary to make a crayfish run on a treadmill. I'm sorry. I've thought about it 1,000 times. Nothing comes to me.
No. That's what I'm saying. And this is where the bill, and this is why we're saying McCarthy is weak, because we need some of this money here.
Right. But that's where they should have started. They should have started, just get rid of all of these stupid studies.
We don't need them. I mean, look what happened. And we got COVID for the studies.
Yep.
So
and that's
don't
funny
think
also.
there's not going to be another pandemic.
I don't know if you guys know this, but last week there was one of the lab high execs actually put out a thing, and this is like as close as we're ever going to get them to admit it, but he put out a memo that said he can't rule out that it happened in the lab.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, they're never going to turn around and say, yes, it was us, we did it.
Right. They're never going to say that.
And then, because once they say that, then they have to explain to you why they didn't tell us earlier.
Right.
And they didn't tell us earlier because it was a really convenient, it was a convenient,
to hurt our economy.
Right. It was a convenient way to just put them ahead of us. And that's what they did.
That's what they did.
They prepared.
We were thriving.
Right.
And all of a sudden this pandemic comes along.
Well, I told you in an earlier thing,
right.
by 2026, China was planned to be the world power in terms of finances. That was pre-Trump. If Hillary had gotten in by the time that, and then it was supposed to be Hillary and then Joe. Hillary wasn't going to do 2 terms. It was supposed to be Hillary and then Joe Biden would have came in for the 2020. But if Trump got in and reversed everything, he opened up our pipelines. He made us powerful, right? He made us powerful economically speaking.
We was thriving.
Right, exactly. We were selling oil. We were energy dominant. We weren't even just energy independent.
Right.
We were energy dominant.
And nobody around the world was getting into wars.
No. Putin couldn't have done it. And listen, Putin's taken a piece of land through every presidency except one.
And that's Donald J. Trump.
Donald J. Trump. Why do you think he didn't do it? Because he knew.
Trump told him, I know where you live.
Exactly.
I know where you
Trump
live.
wasn't playing games, and they knew it. With Joe Biden, they know all he can do is play games, like Candyland or one of these. But
he said, with Obama, he took over
Crimea, wasn't it? Crimea.
And then Bush was
Georgia. Okay. Okay.
Georgia with Obama and Crimea. Something like that.
I'm not listening.
But with those presidents, Putin took. He went in.
Yeah.
Trump comes along. Putin wanted to invade Ukraine. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, I have a geographic disability.
As soon as Biden, now think about this. As soon as Biden stopped the pipeline for us and opened up his, what did he do?
Yep,
it went right into Ukraine.
Exactly. That was it. It was over. He was going to take over no matter how you look at it. He's wanted that. In his book, he said it, that he wanted to bring that back to be part of Russia.
Right.
Okay, so anyway, I don't remember where I was going with this.
I was thinking 24. That's where I'm going with this. That's all, people. Because we're 6 months into this new year already, so we only got 6 more months to go. How fast is this year going? Holy shit.
Yep.
It's already June 1st. Ain't that too quick? Yeah, time is too quick, buddy.
But listen, guys, seriously, stop. Take a look at your. I don't think anybody who watches me is he's a Biden voter anyway. So, but I want to say this anyway. Listen, you may hate the person, and that's okay. But his intelligence, his tenacity, his love of the United States, his strength,
power, right?
It's insurmountable. Okay,
I mean, really,
you can't beat it.
You don't have to like the person.
Yeah,
right.
I used the example of the doctor. Okay, so you need a brain surgery. Your brain, you need something done with your brain.
Yeah, you're not gonna go to a foot doctor.
Right, and you know the brain surgeon is a real asshole, but he has 100% success rate. And then you know your dentist is a really nice guy, but you know he's not a brain surgeon.
Where are you gonna go?
You're going to the brain surgeon,
right.
And the reason you're doing that is because you don't want to die, and that's what's going to happen to our country. We're actually going to die as a country if we keep going.
We lost most of it now, people. We lost most of it now.
There were coveted jobs like policemen and firemen. They're not coveted anymore. Nobody wants them. They can't give them away.
You're right.
They were coveted jobs that you had to actually like.
You're right.
Literally, you had to work to get, and they don't have that no more.
Now, because when we were younger, when they asked you what to be when you grew up, people said firemen, policemen, doctors, whatever. Well, actually, when I was young, I told them I want to get taller.
Yeah.
I was small. But seriously, you're right. When kids, you ask a kid today, they want to be a fireman, policeman.
No,
not no more.
No. Now I don't even know what they want to be. They want to be like, you know, I guess on a real level, they want to be maybe a software designer or something like that.
Well, if we let these people teach them, they'll be transgenders.
And that's like 1 out of 10. Well, we can go into that too if you want to talk a little bit about that. But that's like 1 out of 10 wants to be, and the rest of them want to be like Pokemon, or they want to be.
Well, the one I like,
you know, they want to be whatever the games are.
The one I like.
That's the irony of it all, you know, is that they're all playing these war games, but none of them want to join the army. It's really freaking amazing. I'm gonna say like I have a son, and I don't want him. Don't get me wrong. I don't want him to join the army, to be honest with you.
That's what God is.
Well, this army is not really
an army no more.
Right now, they're too worried about what you call.
Right.
And, you know,
in other words, you can't say ma'am.
Right. I could send.
You ever see when they go, yes sir, ma'am? You can't do that.
I don't know. I could send my son to. I mean, I could rectify the idea of sending my son into an army.
Military school.
If I thought that everybody in that army was looking to save everybody else, but they're dividing everybody. Yeah. They're telling white people that they're not as good as black people and vice versa. And, you know, it's just not right.
No, because when it comes to that, we're all one.
Yeah.
You have to be one.
You're never going to develop equality by treating one set of people special. You can't do it because you're always going to create animosity. Right. You've got to just drop everything and start everything from this point on, that everyone's equal, and that's the end of the story. And that's the truth. That's what
especially in the military.
And that includes affirmative action. That
everything. Yeah, especially in the military.
Nobody should get one. You know who should be getting help? Single mothers, vets,
single moms, vets,
homeless people. That's who should be getting help. I get that, you know, but our army can't be socially inclined. It's got to be about winning a war. You're not going in there to listen. When you go to war,
you're not going in to shake hands.
You think that they're not going to use words that are on your woke list? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I mean, think about it a minute.
Yeah, are you ready to get shot?
Yeah, really.
You can't call me sir.
Yeah, listen, you know, don't
shoot me yet.
You're making me uncomfortable. I need a safe space. There is none in war.
Uncomfortable. Oh my God.
No, you want to tell it? Yeah.
Everybody's feeling uncomfortable. But actually, what I want to bring up is because I'm born Catholic Christian.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
You hear about the Los Angeles Dodgers in sports?
Yeah.
That they want to, the LBGT. But what it comes down to is these people, they're just mocking all Christianity. Yeah. Dressed up as nuns with all this makeup on, all of this stuff. And it's really disgusting now because they're just mocking us now.
Well, you know, you're saying
that. A gay pride there for them, and you know they put on they change their uniforms to the colors and all that. You know, but what it is that they're mocking the nuns.
Excuse me, I gotta beat my dogs.
But they're dressed as nuns and they're mocking the religion, and that's the sad part. You don't have to mock religion.
No, like you're saying that's the sad part. And while I agree with you on this one particular situation that's the sad part, the real sad part here is that it's perfectly okay to mock Christianity. It's perfectly okay to mock white people. Listen, I'm gonna put it this way, okay? If you ever hear anything that you think to yourself, is that racist? Change it and put white people in it. Change it and put so like if you hear some, and again I'm gonna be a little racist right now, and I'm just for the fun of it. But if you hear something like black people play basketball really well, and somebody go, well, that's racist. Well, let me put it this way: if I say white people play basketball really well, is it racist? No. I'm just saying a particular group of people play basketball well. Now, this also applies the other way. So,
in hockey,
right? Well, it's all right.
Hockey too.
Now, when you hear something said about white people, take the white people out and put any other race in it, and see if it's. So I'll give you one right off the top. It's a commercial that's out right now. It's about depression and being spoken to depression.
Yeah.
There's a group of black teens around a table, and the one team goes, "Yo, man, I'm feeling depressed," and the other guy goes, "Yo, you gotta get that shit up, man. That's a white people thing." Now, if I turn that around and I say that's a Spanish people thing, or a black people thing, or Chinese,
what do you think's gonna happen?
What happens? But it was okay that it's white people. There's no other race, nationality, religion mentioned in this commercial.
Right.
Not one. Not one. Only white people. Guess why? Because it's allowed. Just like it's allowed to attack Christians.
Right.
Do you know why? Because they're closely associated with white people.
Right.
That's all it is.
See.
And believe me, I swear to you, I'm in no way racist or anything. I don't give a crap.
Racist at all.
I don't give a crap if you're Muslim, if you're Jewish. I see these people on a daily basis every single day.
I work with so many people.
Okay, every single day.
Mm-hmm.
My building is a melting pot. Yeah. My clients are melting pots. And I get along with everybody.
I work in a building with everybody.
Because they're good people.
Right.
They don't view things on the level that these idiots view them.
Right.
But you can't make it all right to happen to one and not all right to happen to everybody.
That's right.
And you can't make it not all right for everybody and all right to happen to one. And that's where we're at.
Well, that's why I did, because that's sad. Because I've been watching sports all my life. I mean, it's disgusting.
Well, go ahead. Now,
and like they said, they said it here. The Catholic charities, all this, people should boycott the Dodger games.
I'm going to go you one better. I'm going to tell you
boycott the Dodger games.
That I believe, I can't be positive about this, but I believe they identify as some sort of Satanist or something like that. But it's not an actual organized religion. Now, if Satanists wanted to do this, and they wanted to go and promote their whatever, whatever their, as long as they kept it within
respect.
Yeah, within the bounds. Listen, as long as they kept it. Now realize this is a game where kids are going to be at, so you can't go out and you can't pull your dick out in the middle of in front of a kid's face. You can't go whip your tits out. Right. You can't do this. It's just. It's improper. They're not of age to be seeing this sort of stuff. So if they kept it to the level of a legality and they wanted to go out and do whatever they wanted to do, they can insult whoever they want pretty much, or whatever they want to say. It's up to them. But they've got to keep it to a cleanliness factor that the FCC would be okay with. That's a nice way to put it. The FCC would be okay with.
Sure.
I have no problem with that.
But they're not.
The problem with this is not a group. This is just a bunch of guys who dress up like it's Halloween, to be annoying to people. There's no other friggin' reason.
And to mock.
They're not. They're not a registered religion or whatever group or whatever.
They're just mocking.
It's literally just a bunch of guys who get together, put on dresses and makeup.
They got nothing better to do.
That's it.
And that's just saying world today.
And they call themselves nuns. It's absurd. It's just another way to screw with somebody that don't need to be screwed with.
Right. Now they're taking it to a baseball game. Now, if anybody, like our age now, we're going to a baseball game, growing up, even...
They better not go on bad day.
I'm
sorry.
That's right, bad day. Goodbye. And actually, the sad part is, years ago when we were young, bad day, you get a regular bat.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Today, You get the bats like this.
No, you used to get the fishes, the one that kill the fish.
Right, they're like this big now.
Those of you who don't know who Tanya Harding is, she was an ice skater who hit Nancy Kerrigan, who was a better ice skater, in the leg with one of these baton bats. She didn't do it actually. She had
so she paid somebody.
She had, the guy's name was great. His name was like Jeff Galooly, and I forgot who the other Richard something or other.
Yeah,
Richard. I don't know. I can't remember his name, but Jeff Galooly. What a great name.
But it's very sad because growing up watching sports, it was competition, and if you lost or whatever, they took it like a man in a woman.
It was okay.
But now, like you just said, Tanya Harding, the lady was better than her, so they break her.
Yep, he was a fiance. He was Tanya Harding's fiance.
I mean, now look what they're doing to a baseball game, and America's game.
Yeah.
To go to a bowl game is to get away from all this politics bullshit.
And on top of that, you know what you're paying now for a ticket?
Oh my God!
I mean, really. And like I was saying to him earlier, I don't even agree.
A hot dog is $10.
A beer is like 18 or something.
My people.
But here's the deal.
I got hot dogs for $7.
I was saying this to him earlier. Like even in football, okay, so like you have your halftime show in the Super Bowl and whatnot. I don't even think there should be a show there, to be honest with you. Take all your commercials that you would put on during the game, put them into halftime. Play them all through the halftime. So we can get up, we can get our food, we can use the bathroom, whatever you got to do. And the game will actually play with a better fluidity. Yeah, the other thing is move the Super Bowl to Saturday.
Yeah. Saturday. Come on, everybody.
Saturday.
Come on. Now, think about it. What's the difference?
Yeah.
And it'd be better for millions of people.
Yeah, well, that Monday.
Because those millions of people take off on that Monday.
On that Monday. It's the most taken off day of the year.
Yeah, and the bosses all know.
But that's not even the point. You want kids to watch it.
Right.
How can kids watch it? They got school the next day.
School the next day. Right.
So now you're creating havoc inside homes. Plus, you got to realize.
Oh yeah, because the mother and the father are like, no, kids got to go to bed now because we're watching.
But you got to realize that even if the kids are watching it, they're loading up on nachos, on soda, and this. Then they're supposed to go right to bed.
They're not staying up.
Come on.
Best thing to do is have it on a
Saturday.
Saturday.
What are you, stupid? I mean, what are you, dumb?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with going on a Saturday. You know how many people enjoy it?
What do you think? People play better football on Sunday? Come on. I mean, really, come on. What are you,
really
dumb? I mean,
you can play better on a Sunday than Saturday? I don't know. That's true. That's a good point.
I mean, really, that's the only reason I can think of.
But that got me a little mad because
God's more involved in the game. You know?
Yeah, man, it's insane. It's true. It should be on a Saturday.
That was a great episode.
So let's all vote for this, people out there, all right?
Yeah, listen, Super Bowl on Saturday. If it comes up, you know, what do they call it? When Prop 39 or something. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, I'm an idiot. I told you. I'm not going to have to repeat myself. All right, guys. I think we hit a new record today. 52 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to take the 30 seconds off for those 2 camera drops. Okay, just 360. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we got a new thing. That's why it's like a snake. Yeah. It hooks to anything. You can hook it up to anything.
I think by the next time I'm going to be able to show you clips of different things, like that kid with the when he jumps off the boat with the sharks. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. I'm trying to learn it. I'm just not that bright. That's really what it comes down to.
Go look it up.
Go look them up. I'm telling you, you'll love it.
And you see the sad part about that kid jumping overboard in a shark-infested water. And they didn't find him. They didn't find him.
Yeah.
And then watch when Joe Biden takes a step. And this is our president who wants to run. He wants to run in 24, but he can't walk.
I can't crawl either, apparently.
People. God help us all.
Have a great night. I hope you
June
enjoy.
1st.
We really enjoyed doing this for you. And we definitely appreciate you.
And we'll be back.
We really would appreciate any sort of comments you could give us, or any sort of questions, or even just say hi. If you say hi, we'll try to talk to you. We'll try to actually mention you as we're doing.
Want us to talk about
Mark Kelly is a huge one. He's always out there for us. He's always telling us a good job. Very supportive. We got Anthony. Anthony's another one. He's
Surrey.
Yeah. Surrey. So guys.
We got a lot of people out there.
We do like
Thank
the
you
feedback,
very much.
and we'd love to know if you're enjoying the show.
Yeah, we're enjoying it.
Yeah, ready together. Have a great night.
Have a great night. Be safe.